Come on, man. Let's just praise God. Can we just thank God? Can we just give God some glory? Can we just give God some praise? Listen, that thing that's keeping you up at night, I promise you, that has nothing to do with you. That is God shaking you and telling you to get up. That is God telling you to get up and get active. That is God wake up call. That is God calling on your life. That vision that you think about all day and all night. That is God vision. That is God calling on you to take action. God is tired of you sitting on the sideline. God is tired of you just having prayer and just having faith. At some point, we got to match the faith with the prayer and put in some work. At some point, we got to stop praying. No. Let me rephrase that. At some point, we got to put that prayer and that faith into some work, into some action plan, into some steps. And that's why you can't sleep at night. That's why you think about it all day and all night. You constantly get this vision. You constantly get this thing. And every time you think about it, every day you're not doing something to move towards that vision, towards that mission, you feel down. I'm telling you, that is God calling on your life. And when God has a calling on your life, there's nothing you can do about it. Because it's going to continue to bother you. It's going to continue to upset you. It's going to continue to make you feel bad about the things because you're settling for something that God clearly doesn't want for you. You settling in life. You settling for that house. You settling for the amount of money you making. You're settling for the relationship. And I'm telling you today, you need to figure out what God wants you to do. Listen, you already have the vision. It's the thing that keeping you up at night. It's the thing that keep bothering you. And God wants you to move towards that. And He ain't gonna let you stop until it get done. He's not going to lay his hands off you. He's going to keep shaking you. He's going to keep, hey, son, hey, daughter, I need for you to get this mission done. I gave you this vision. I have a calling on your life, and I needed to get it done. I needed to get done. And I'm telling you today, God is not going to leave you alone. You can't hide from God. Like they say, like the old saying say, you can run, but you can't hide. You can put it off for some years, but God's still gonna find you. You can put it off for some days, but God's still gonna find you. You can keep trying to run and hide, but listen, God is going to find you. You can run how long you want, but you cannot hide. At some point, you just gonna level up and go do it. At some point, you just have to go ahead and execute. At some point, you just gonna say, okay, God, I got it. Because God is not gonna let you rest. The vision is not going to let you rest. The mission is not going to let you rest. God is not going to let you rest. At some point, you just got to say, okay, God, I got it. I'm ready to execute. And now we have that prayer. We have that faith. And now we can put some action behind that. And I'm telling you, that's where all the success comes. When you find your purpose, when that thing that's keeping you up, and then you put action plans behind it, and then you put God at the forefront, I promise you that when success comes. Everything you ever wanted, it's in you living in your purpose and putting God on the forefront. Everything you want. And once we get the relationship right, watch this. Once we get the relationship right with God and put Him first, they say seek His kingdom first, and all the things you want will be answered to you. Like that's saying all your desires of your heart. That car you want will be answered. That money you want will be answered. The business you want will be answered. The relationships you want with your kids will be answered. Listen, I understand you got some people you talk to. I understand you probably got a spouse that you talk to. I understand you probably got some friends that you talk to. But when you talk to God, when you talk to God, I promise you don't nobody have a voice like God. When God talk to you, it's some type of feeling you get when God talk to you. That's no feeling. That's a feeling that nobody else has. And when you can build a relationship with God and hear His voice, it's some type of thing that comes upon you when God speaks to you. And the only way you can hear God speak to you is you have to listen. And see, some of the times, watch this, y'all, we're moving so much. We're so busy. We're so busy doing social media. We're so busy gossiping. We're so busy doing everything else. So we're so busy caught up on ourselves. Listen, I'm guilty of it. You can get so caught up on yourself that you forget about God. You can be so caught up on building a business that you forget by God. You can get so caught up on focusing on your children that you forget by God. You can get so focused up on building and chasing your dream and getting the money that you forget about God. But none of that works without Him. We got to fix the relationship. None of the thing that you want works without putting God first. Not second, not semi-first. When I say first, I mean first. And listen, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and admit, I'm gonna be the first one to admit, listen, I'm not perfect. I have some things I definitely got to work on. Right? And one of the things I got to work on, y'all, one of the things I have to work on is I got to get better at, listen, as soon as I wake up in the morning, hey, God, I'm giving God the glory. And what I mean is not checking my phone, then praying to God. I mean, like, soon as I wake up, I have to give God the glory, give God the praise, give God the worship. When I say first, I mean first, not semi-first, not 1.5, not 1.2. I mean first, number one, uno. First thing, you got to put God first, seek His kingdom first, and everything else will be answered. All the dreams, all the vision, everything else will be answered once you put God first. You see, it never was a God problem. It's always us. It's always the human. God doing His part. You got to put some respect on His name. How many times God's done saved you from getting put out your house? You got to put some respect on His name. How many times you didn't know how you were going to feed your kids and God made a way? You got to put some respect on His name. How many times you thought your car was going to get repoed because you didn't have the money and somehow God made a way for you to pay that payment? You got to put some respect on His name. How many times God has figured out a way for you to pay your rent when you didn't know how you were going to do it? You got to put some respect on His name. How many times you thought that you weren't going to be able to eat? And put some respect on His name. Like, I want you to say, like, let's have a moment of reflection. Like, because sometimes we tend to forget, right? Sometimes we tend to forget. And I understand that. We had life going on. We're raising kids. We're building a business. We're working, paying bills. I get it. Cool. Sometimes we can forget by God. I get it. But I need us to take a moment to reflect on our past life, our past situation, and our past circumstances, and think about how many times God has really saved me. You think that was just on accident? God don't do accidental work. Everything is intentional. Everything is on purpose. God has a calling on your life, and you got to go get it. You got to go answer the call. You better pick that phone up and answer that phone call from God, because He's going to keep calling, and He's going to keep ringing it. And you guess what? God is the only number that cannot be blocked. So you can go block a friend number. You can go block your mama number. When they get on your nerves, you can go block their phone. You can go block your kids when they get on your nerves. But one thing, when God took out that phone, there is no restrictions. Then you can't block God's phone call. His call gonna get through regardless. And you gonna have one day, you can ignore it all you want, but one day you got to pick that phone call up. You gonna have to answer that phone. You got to answer that phone. Because God, like, you can't put God on restriction. You can't block His number out. You're going to have to answer that phone. You're going to have to answer that call. You're going to have to answer your calling because God is not going to stop calling until you answer. So you can avoid it all you want. You can try to hide it all you want. But I promise you this. When God has a calling on your life, He's going to continue to grab you. He's going to continue to shake you and say, son, daughter, I need something. I got this vision. I got this mission for you, and I need you to get it done. And you like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna get it done. God say, man, that's your belief system. That's how you see the world. But see, you looking at the world through worldly eyes. But when you look at the world through spiritual eyes, anything is possible with me. Anything is possible with God. But see, when you focus on the flesh, when you're in your fleshly ways, when you're thinking with your flesh, everything seems impossible. Yeah, the business seems hard to build when you win your flesh. Yeah, $1 million seems hard to make in your flesh. Yeah, trying to build a great relationship with God seems impossible in your flesh. But when you walk in the Spirit, when you got God on your side, when you have God as your coach, Watch this, y'all. No matter how great of a coach God is, you as the player still got to get on the court. Okay. Now we going somewhere. Greatest a coach as Phil Jackson was, Kobe Bryant still had to get out there and play basketball. No matter how many times Phil Jackson can show him, like, coach him and tell him how great he is or tell him what he need to work on, you still, as the player Kobe Bryant, had to go out there and put some action in place. He had to still go out there and execute. And I'm telling you today, as God as being your coach, you as the player still have to go execute. I don't care how many times God correct you. I don't care how many times God tell you I got this vision for you. I don't care how many times God shows you the way, shows you the plan, shows you what to do and what not to do. You as the player, you as God's servant, still have to go out there and execute. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's the coach and the player relationship. Right? Great. I don't care how great the coach is, the players still have to go out there and do their part. And I'm telling you, God as being our coach, we still have to do our part. We still have to go out there and execute and do our part on our end. We still have to go out there and show God, listen, God, I'm going to carry out the mission. And I don't care what I got to go through. I don't care what it come with. I don't care about the circumstance. I don't care about the situation. I just want to live up to your word. I just want to please you. I just want to please you and serve the people. That's all I want to do, God. Listen, when you get to that place in your life, when you get to a place where you don't care about nothing but pleasing God, right? Not pleasing people, but pleasing God and just serving the people, right? Doing exactly what God told you to do, like that vision. Like I'm telling you, that vision that you have, there's no accident. There's no accident. The vision that you have is no accident. I want you to know the $1 million seem impossible when you're doing it your way. The business seems impossible when you're doing it your way. Building wealth seems impossible doing it your way. Buying a home seems impossible doing it your way. But when you do it with God, all of that is just mediocre. All of that is just a small thing to a giant. They be like, KT, how you believe you can be a millionaire? What you mean how I believe? I got the greatest CEO. I got God on my team. I got God as a coach. What do you mean? You should be asking me, like, I should be asking you why you don't believe. You feel me? Got to know that. KT, why you believe so much in the stock market? Well, I got God as coaching me. That's why I believe so much in the stock market. I got God as my coach. KT, how you just get on stage and speak? Cause, bro, I got God, bro. I don't fear nothing when I got the greatest player on my team. I got the greatest coach. I got the greatest CEO on my team. What are you talking about? I know why you don't, because you ain't built no relationship. You ain't built a relationship with God. I can understand you got some things going on. I can understand you don't believe how I believe. And listen, I ain't here to try to convince you, but I'm telling you, once you get a relationship with God, all the things that you think was impossible turn to impossible. Once you get the relationship with God, all the things you thought were possible turn to thought were impossible turn to impossible. Build your relationship. Build your relationship. Like that's the thing we're gonna focus on today, y'all. Build your relationship. Build your relationship with God. Right? Go spend some time. I woke up this morning, y'all. I woke up this morning around about 4:00 in the morning, y'all, and it was so peaceful. And God, like I was able to just connect with God because I understand. I told myself too, bro, I need to get me a routine where I wake up between 4 and 5 in the morning, because at that point the world is quiet and I can just hear God. Right, the world quiet, everybody's asleep. It's dark. Most of the people are asleep. Right? You know what I'm saying? My phone ain't going off. I ain't got nobody calling me. Ain't nobody bothering me. I can just have time to reflect. I can have time to spend with God and get in that real solitude with God. So I told myself, like, I got to get on a routine to where I can get up 4, 5 in the morning and just reflect. Just talk to God. Just spend that time with God. Spend that time in that solitude with God. Like, just reflect. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, what you want me to do? Like, what I'm doing wrong. Like, this is the time for that. Like, what I'm doing wrong, God. What I'm doing wrong. Let me know. And then we can be corrected. And the reason why some of us cannot be corrected is because we don't spend no time with God to hear what he got to tell us. You always moving. You too busy. Sit down somewhere like your grandma used to tell you. Sit down somewhere. Stay in or out. Once you come in, you're staying in. You go out, you're going to stay out there. And you don't keep in and out my house. God like, bruh, you got to sit down somewhere and let me talk to you, bruh. You always moving. You always working. You always on social media. You always listen to music. You always doing something. You always working out. When you just going to sit down and listen? When you just going to sit down and listen to my voice? Listen to God's voice. You got to sit down somewhere, son. You got to sit down somewhere, daughter. Sit down. Chill. Peace be still. Relax. You moving. Sometimes the best move is no move, y'all. We always think we got to move. You don't have to move all the time. Chill. Sit down. Relax. Let God talk to you. Let God come to you. Chill. You feel me? Peace be still. That's what they say. Peace be still. Relax. Relax. Let God, listen to God's voice. Relax. Chill. You don't always have to be on the go. It's okay. It's okay. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I had to learn this myself. I don't care what you're trying to do to speed it up. Everything is going to happen on God's time anyway. I don't care what you're trying to do to speed it up. Everything going to happen on God's time anyway. So don't stress yourself out trying to rush the process. Don't even stop stressing yourself out. Stop making things bigger than what they are. Stop it. It's going to happen on God's time. It's going to happen through God's will. Regardless of how bad you want it, it's going to happen on his time and his will. So I don't need for you to rush. Sit down and talk to him and listen and see what God has for you. I really want us to get to a place where we can just believe, y'all. Right? And I know it sounds cliche. But I really just want us to believe, right? Because we don't understand how much the belief system we have interconnects with the actions we take, or the thoughts we have interconnects with our feelings, and then our feelings lead to actions. Right? So it's a 3-step process, right? Your thoughts lead to feeling, then your feeling leads to action, right? So if I'm having thoughts of disbelief, if I'm having thoughts of unworthiness, if I'm having thoughts that I can't do this, if I'm having thoughts that I don't deserve this, then guess what? That leads to me feeling unworthy. That leads to me feeling I don't deserve it. That leads to a down feeling I'm not the person to go chase that dream. I'm not the person to deserve $1 million. And guess what? That leads to procrastination. And then once we start procrastinating, that leads to no action taken. That's how I go. So watch this, y'all. I want y'all to understand that's something that's so powerful. It was the thought process that led to the belief system. The belief system, watch this. If you don't believe, you're not going to achieve. You have to believe first, right? I need you to believe. Myra Golden said, the thing that you believe is the thing that you will be living. Whatever you believe, that's what you will be living. If you believe you can't be a millionaire, well, you're not. They say, watch this, y'all. They say, if you think you're a millionaire, you're right. If you don't think you're a millionaire, you're right. It's your thought, your process. You get to choose. That's the greatest thing I love about thoughts. We get to choose how we want to think. And if you don't like the outcome, you have to change the income. You have to change the thought process. You have to change the thing that you're putting in your body. You're putting in your mind, the music, the people you're talking to, the shows you watch. You have to change all of that so we can get a different outcome, so we can get some new output. Thoughts turn to feelings, then those feelings leads to action. But watch this. When you have thoughts of I do deserve I do deserve to build a multi-million-dollar business. I do deserve a great wife. I do deserve a great husband. I do deserve to have a big house on the hill. I do deserve to have a seven-figure stock portfolio. I do deserve to have a car I want to drive. I do deserve to have a great relationship with God. I do deserve to go speak in front of thousands of people. I do deserve this. And once you start having those type of thoughts, that leads to a feeling of worthiness. That leads to a feeling of value. That leads to a feeling of courage. And once you have that feeling of courage, you can go take action on the dream a little different. We can go take action on the dream a little different. I want to show y'all when God sent Moses on that mission, how Moses was questioning God because he didn't believe. But one thing about it, God, like we go back to before, God is not going to let you quit. When God has something he wants from you, he's going to keep calling the phone and you can't give up. He's not going to let you give up. He's not going to let you quit. Watch this. This is Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. When God was telling Moses he going to send him to Egypt to go rescue the Israelites. He said, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? That's fear. That's doubt. Like God has given him a mission. God told you, listen, I'm going to send you particular to go save the Israelite out of Egypt. You. And he like, God, who am I? Who am I to go on this mission? How many of us do that? How many of us, God has showed us something. We're like, God, who am I to build a multi-million-dollar business? Who am I? What are you talking about? Me? Who am I to own real estate, God? Me? Who am I to go speak to some kids? Me? Huh? You talking about me, God? Who am I? Watch this. And God said, I will be with you. God said, I will be with you. Sometimes that's all you need to hear. God, I got you. God won't send you no vision without provision. What are we doing? You think God gonna send you out in the wilderness not to take care of you? You think God gonna send you a vision that he knew you couldn't accomplish? You got to be out your mind. God told him, but then God said, I will be with you. And this will be the sign to you that it is I have sent you. God say, you gonna know, like you gonna know you the chosen one because I'm there. You gonna know I'm the chosen one because I ain't gonna let you sleep. You gonna know I chose you because you ain't gonna stop until it get done. I'm gonna keep calling your phone. I'm gonna keep that vision, gonna keep you up at night. I ain't gonna let you stop. I'm not gonna let you stop. Watch this. And God said, I will be with you. If God is with you, who can be against you, y'all? If God say he gonna watch over you while you carry out the mission, why not carry out the mission? Isn't he your Lord and Savior? Isn't he the Alpha and Omega? Isn't he everything you ever asked for? What are we talking about? God said, I will be with you. Sometimes that's all you need to know. God say, and this will be the sign to you that it is you who have sent you. God don't send you on no vision or no mission without provision. God is not going to send you nowhere and not take care of you. God is not going to tell you to go build that multi-million-dollar business without watching over you, without giving you directions. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. That's why it's so important to you. I'm going to tell you what I love about that so much. It's because, that's why I tell y'all, our thoughts and the belief system has to be correct before we can do anything. We got to believe first. The reason why Moses was so hesitant on the mission was not God didn't tell him to do it. Was not God didn't give him the vision. It's belief. He questioning, who am I? God say, tell him I am sent you. I am God. I am strength. I am strong. I am courage. I am a generational curse breaker. I am the person to save the people out of Egypt. I am that man. I am God. Come on, what are we talking about? You have to speak life into yourself. Anything you say after that, that's what you're going to believe. That's why I tell myself, I am courage. I am discipline. Right? I am, y'all. Anything we say after that, because God say, tell them I am sent you. So anytime we use the word I am, anything after that, we're tapping into our God likeness. So if you say I am broke, well, that's what you're going to be. I am dumb. Well, that's what it's going to be then. I am not worthy of a great father. That's what it's going to be then. I am not worthy of building a business. Well, okay then. I'm not worthy to go serve the people. I'm not worthy to go to church. Whatever it is, that's what it's going to be, y'all, because God say, tell him I am sent you. And when we use I am, we're tapping into our God likeness. I want to show you, I want to go a little further because I want to show you that like when God has a calling on your life, he's not going to let you quit regardless of your belief system. It's going to get to a point where you're not going to have a choice but to believe. And God is so amazing, y'all. He's going to do so much in your life. He's going to do so much to show you that he got you. Oh my God. You ain't going to have no choice but to follow through because God is going to do so much for you in your life to show you this mission is designed particularly for you. So we're going to skip to Exodus 4. Exodus chapter 4. Exodus chapter 4 verse 1. He say, Moses answered, what if they do not believe in me or listen to me? The Lord did not appear to you. Then the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? A staff, he replied. The Lord said, throw it on the ground. Moses threw it on the ground, and it became a snake, and he ran from it. Then the Lord said to him, reach out your hand, take it by the tail. So Moses reached out and took a hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. Only God can do miracles like that. This, said the Lord, is so that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has appeared to you. And then the Lord said, put your hand inside your cloak. God is listening. God say, I don't know. I'm showing you I'm with you. I'm showing you. Listen, can't nobody else do this but me. That's why God say, take that staff and throw it on the ground, turn it into a snake, then pick it up, pull it by the tail, and watch how it turn back into a staff. Listen, I'm proving to you I got you. How many times God done showed you he got you and you still are not going to do what God told you to do? Put some respect on his name. God keep telling him, listen, I got you. Watch this. Just go a little further. And then the Lord said, put your hand inside your cloak. So Moses put his hand into his cloak. And when he took it out, the skin was leprous. It had become as white as snow. Now put it back into your cloak, he said. So Moses put his hand back into his cloak. And when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. Then the Lord said, if they do not believe you or pay attention to the first sign, they may believe the second. God said it's showing them. Can't nobody do what I do. Can't nobody make your hand be white as snow. Then when you put it back in your pocket and take it out, it back like the flesh. Can't nobody make you pick up a staff, turn a staff into a snake. I'm the only person can work miracles like that. What are you talking about? Why do you gotta believe? If they don't believe you, show them these two signs. How many times God gave you signs that the mission is designed particularly for you? How many times God done showed you that he wants you to build that business? How many times God done showed you that he wants you to go own that car? How many times God done showed you that everything that he's telling you is designed for you? He keep giving you sign after sign after sign, and you keep ignoring it. How many times? How many times God has told you that he wants you to go do the mission that's designed for you? Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. We're going to skip to verse 10. Exodus 4, verse 10. It said, Moses said to the Lord, Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. The Lord said to him, who gave human beings their mouths? What are you talking about? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? It is not I, the Lord. Am I not the person that's responsible for all those things? You worry about some speeches? I told you to go speak to the kids. You worry about how you can't speak. What are you talking about? Am I not the person who give people mouths? You so you gonna really let the power, how great I am, the power in me, you gonna let that, you gonna let cause you think you can't speak? Stop you from doing what I told you to do? Now go. I will help you speak and I will teach you what to say. Come on, man. That's vision, y'all, with provision. God is not going to send you nowhere without guiding you, without giving you the instruction manual, without telling you, like, God got you, bro. There's no need for you to be worried about nothing. Just go do it. He got you. I promise. He told him. Now go. God said, I don't want to hear all that what you talking about. I told you to go say to the Israelites. Go. I will help you speak and I will teach you what to say. Go. Hear that about you ain't got no money to build no business? Go. I want to hear that about you ain't got no money to invest? Go. I don't care about you you don't know how to talk. Go speak to those kids. I don't care that about you ain't got no car. Go. Whatever I told you to do, go. I got you. But Moses said, pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else. Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses. God get mad. God like, listen, bro. I done showed you I can turn a staff into a snake. I done showed you that I can make your hand white and turn it back to your flesh. I just told you also that I don't care about you can't speak well. I told you I'm going to teach you and show you what to say. I told you I'm going to show you how to speak and teach you what to say. What are you talking about? Now the Lord is burnt with anger. I never said the Lord wasn't going to be mad with you. I never said the Lord wasn't going to get upset because Lord keep telling you what he needs done. And he done showed you on multiple occasions he got you. And you still trying to have this back and forth. You still don't believe. You still don't want to go chase the vision. Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses. And he said, what about your brother, Aaron, the Levite? I know he can speak well. He is already on his way to meet you. And he will be glad to see you. You should speak to him and put words in his mouth. I will help both of you speak and will teach you what to do. He will speak to the people for you, and it will be as if he were your mouth and as if you were God to him. Ooh. But take this staff in your hand so you can perform the signs with it. God said, all right, I got you. I got you. We're gonna send your brother, and I need you to put the words in his mouth, and you're gonna be as if he was you, and you're gonna be as you were God, because I'm giving you that power. Only God can do that. God showing him on several occasions, I got you. And watch this, y'all. I want to fast forward to something. I want to fast forward to Numbers, chapter 2, verse 46. I want to watch this, verse 44. I want to show y'all something. I bet you Moses never imagined he would be the person to save this many Israelites. And this just the people that were 20 and older. I know he probably never imagined the capacity he will be able to have, the territory God is going to increase for him, the amount of people he is going to be over, the things he was going to do. He never imagined coming from where he come from, not being able to speak, not believing in himself, and God was going to increase his territory once he decided to believe and go execute on what God told him to do. So I want to fast forward to Numbers chapter 2. Numbers chapter 1, verse 44. These were the men counted by Moses and Aaron and the 12 leaders of Israel. Each one representing his family. All the Israelites 20 years old or more were able to serve in Israel's army were counted according to their families. Watch this, y'all. The total number was 603,550. That was listen, y'all. That was just the people that were 20 and older that was able to serve. 603,550 people that Moses and Aaron was able to save. What I got from that was, bro, anything is possible with God. Anything is possible with God. I can only imagine, like, God, like Moses probably didn't have no clue. He could either fathom he will be saving 603,550 people. God put him over that many people. When you believe and when you execute, God is going to increase your territory. God is going to increase your capacity. The things you can do going to feel impossible, but you're going to be able to do it. It's gonna be so insane that you're not gonna believe. I know Moses didn't believe that. I know Moses didn't see that. 603,550 people, y'all. So I want you today to, one, get your relationship with God. For two, believe. Three, execute. Build your relationship, believe, execute. Build your relationship. Let's get connected with God. Let's spend time with God. Let's listen to God's voice. And then after that, I need you to believe in yourself. Believe you are worthy. Believe you can do it. Believe in your value. Believe in your capabilities. Believe in God. Believe in the ability God or the skills that God has blessed you with. Believe. And then I need you to execute. Because none of that means nothing without execution. We have to go put action. We have to go take action. We have to go put some plans in place. So I pray that y'all continue to praise God, continue to build your relationship, and continue to keep God first. Because if you continue to keep God first, you'll never be last.